Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Destiny Hope, owner of Destiny Hope Candles, and many more businesses to come. Welcome back to my channel. Actually, this is supposed to be like a part 2 of the previous video, but it was kind of long, so I was talking a bit much. Wanted to, tell you guys about something interesting, and then I just ventured off and started talking about a lot more of my ideas up to come and whatnot. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. It's gonna be mostly chatting, so I hope you guys still enjoy. And here we go. I also forgot to mention the fact that my premiere weeks, I did bring up the premiere weeks, but they should be here tomorrow. So when I check the update, they're still like in Florida, so but they should be here tomorrow. Hopefully they be here tomorrow so I can go ahead and start on my haul video and then my testing videos. And how I'm going to test this, I'm going to just use the candles that I already made with my previous LX wick and whatnot. So I'm just gonna scoop that wick out, and which I actually found like a way I found a video. Honestly, I got a comment about that like a while ago too, which was actually a smart idea. But then again, I was telling people that because maybe I didn't exactly describe it the best, or they just didn't pay attention, but I was cleaning out the wax to throw away. I wasn't trying to just scoop out the wick and put another wick in. I know how to do that. Y'all have seen that plenty of times on my channel and whatnot, because I don't waste wax. But I'm going to be using the past candles that I've made, and I'm going to be scooping out the single wick, and then I'm going to dig a wide enough hole to put in 2 of the premier wicks. I have, like I said before, 3 sizes to test, so I'm starting with actually y'all will see in the haul. So yeah. Shameless plug. Wait for the next video to come out, and it should come out the week after this one, because the candles I already made, they don't have to be cured. And also with this way, this doesn't really need curing, but these candles have been sitting for like a month or 2, so they settled in pretty nicely, I will say. I have about 3 sizes to test, so make sure you watch my next video that should be coming out about my wick haul, the testing of those 3 sizes. There's also going to be a video about me double wicking too, and how I'm going to be doing that with the company that I'm working with and using and whatnot. But the wait time and the lead time is so long, so it's already been about, I believe, like 2, maybe 3, going on 4 weeks, and the wait time is 4 weeks. And I contacted them, and they contacted me like a day or 2 later, because I contacted them asking about my order, because it's like I know the wait time, but I'm also like, my item is also, I only ordered like 1 thing. I only ordered the the 2. So they were like yes, you're correct, the wait time is about 4 weeks and whatnot. So I'm thinking like it's just like a long line, it's a wait list, so it's not like, because it is custom made, so like a wait list, so first come first serve. But they was like, yeah, I do see that you have a single tool, so we're going to try to move you up after the order that we're currently working on, because they were currently making one of the tools for someone else, and they said since yours is of the same color, so I'm assuming the same material, then we can go ahead and move yours up. So I'm assuming mine should be put in right after that order and whatnot. So I'm glad I did contact them, so that's a blessing. Thank God. Amen. I'm going to be testing those wicks in my wax and whatnot, and I'm using, my starting point is going to be like a 720. Yeah, 720, because of Black Tie Born's video and whatnot. I watch his testing videos a lot and whatnot, because he's one of the like OG candle makers, and like he's even a part of the Candle Association now, and also like he's just very knowledgeable, which is crazy. But hey, it's a blessing for us, and he gives us this knowledge and whatnot for free, because he's been giving us a lot of information as like new candle makers for free, and it's just like, that's so cool. And I love business, and I like when people are growing, like Memory Box Candle Co. Like there's just so many businesses who have started like a year or 2 and who are already just expanding, they're just growing. I love business, and I love people who are just like good business owners and who are smart and just know how to turn money and this product into something else and something bigger, and just get these opportunities. And I love that. So I love supporting my fellow entrepreneurs out there. I love my entrepreneurs, because that's where I'm gonna be. I already am an entrepreneur, but I'm gonna be up there too. I'm gonna turn what I started with into something big. I have like big dreams. Not big on the fact of oh I can't reach them, because I definitely can, because God didn't put these thoughts in my mind for no reason. I'm intended, for my purpose in life, and even if it may change on down the line, this is what I'm thinking of right now. This is what he put in me, and I pray it's what he put in me, and this is my purpose at the moment, or hopefully it continues to be, and it doesn't change. But if it does, I'm following in his footsteps, of course. But at the moment, I am a serial entrepreneur. I think about business 24/7 to where I can't even sleep, because I have so many ideas that I have in my mind. And I know what I want to do with my life, and I know like what God placed in me to desire and whatnot. And I know that it's gonna end up getting me where I need to be and whatnot, with my purpose in life or my desire in life. And I pray that everything that I want, I will achieve through God, and God placed these desires in me directly, and I'm not just following the world or anyone else. I'm following myself, I'm following him, and I'm following what he placed in me. So like I was saying, make sure you guys check up on my page, and make sure that you stay tuned for my next upcoming videos, because I have like a long list of video ideas, and a lot of them have to do with scent testing and whatnot. The money is low right now, so we can't get them in yet, so I'm hoping to get some PR packages, honestly. But with what I can do, like testing out candles, burning candles, cleaning, and when I getting new supplies in, selling supplies, packaging whatever I am selling left of my supplies, like start making content of me selling candles and whatnot, just trying to find content where I can and whatnot, and also put out some educational content too, and also put out some educational candle making tools and resources on my actual site, but also to put that on here so I can have something that's going to be on my page, that's going to be lasting, that's going to help people and whatnot. They're going to see where I was, and they're going to see where I am in a few years too. So because that lets them know that they can start from somewhere and end up like you, or even higher or better than you in their own positioning. But yeah, I know I went all off track talking about testing encounters and stuff like that. I went all off track, but I hope to bring it full circle, because I kind of don't know what else to say other than the fact that I want to tell y'all that those wits are going to be coming in, to watch and look out for those videos that's going to be coming up, because I have about 8, maybe 7 test counters left. 3 or 4 of one scent, and then 4 I know of another scent. And I'm actually not going to be bringing that scent back. I am going to repurpose it though. Like, I'm going to keep the name, because I'm going to be testing some scents. I have a few companies in mind. I've been changing who I want to try next, actually. But in my mind currently, I'm going to be testing Midwest. So there's a few fragrances I want to try from them, because like I was saying before, with most fragrances, it's like I like them, but they're just so they're so strange. And then like to have like a first lunch, it doesn't make sense to have a coffee scent and then this scent and that scent. It's just so it's just so weirdly paced and whatnot, and to be starting off is like, oh, coffee or this and that. That's something that you do when your brand is already established, or you have a few scents and whatnot, and just a few scents that like, oh, if you like it, you like it, and like a little few throwaway scents, But I need to start out with something unique or something different instead of, oh, coffee. Or because I want to have I like certain fruits or whatever, so I'm thinking about like a black cherry, but that's not something to start out with right now. So Midwest actually has a decent amount of fragrances that actually are unique and that I actually really want to try, and that can work in a lunch together. So I'm going to be doing 2 fruity scents, 2 type of fragrance type of scents, and 2 warm scents. So I'm going to be testing out 6 fragrances and whatnot, and they just seem like perfectly, they just seem to be perfectly aligned. They're like unique enough, but they're not like too regular and whatnot. So they're pretty new scents, and also with some of them, some of them are older scents, but some of them are newer scents too that they just added, and those are the ones that caught my eye, honestly. But not only that, I'm also going to be possibly, if it works out, God willing, that cashmere scent that I have. So I'm not bringing back the tropical scent, because I don't know, like it smells good cold throw wise, but when I burn it, I don't know, the further I burned it down, maybe it was a soot on it, I don't know, like it doesn't smell bad, it's just I'm not favoring it anymore like I was. So I'm going to drop that scent, and then Midwest has their own type of little tropical guava scent, so I'm going to be trying that one out, and I'm going to be swapping that, keeping the name but swapping the scent notes and the scent for it. And with cashmere, I'm just going to be doing that, because if I'm testing other fragrances from Midwest, why not use their cashmere scent too, so I don't have to get scents from here and then get one scent from the Flaming Candle. I don't know, I always forget where I get it from, but from the Flaming Candle, because that's the one that I was using. So it's still a cashmere scent, so I hope that it still smells good and it still throws good, hot and cold, and also I still like it, or hopefully I even like it better than the one that I was using first. So I'm gonna be switching suppliers on that, just so I can, you know, eliminate extra shipping or extra other costs of trying to, you know, go over here to this business and then this. I want it all from like one company. I'm hoping that fragrance, well, honestly, all of those fragrances are going to do me well, and I already have the names for them and the branding for them, and it's just so beautiful. I have a lot of things that are going to be upcoming. I just got to, you know, get the money for them, but you know, we getting it did. So I have some branding ideas for product photography, and when I still kind of thinking about that, but for right now I'm going to be taking my own product photography until I can pay someone and whatnot. And honestly, I can keep doing it myself, but at some point I do want to start to get delegating work out, and I know that I don't have, you know, a photography camera. I have my phone in, which honestly just is good, but at the same time I do want somebody to edit them photos too, because I don't edit. So I'm gonna take it in the sun, and that's gonna be that. So I'm gonna actually pay somebody. Honestly, I could take them myself and then just pay somebody to edit them, like off of Fiverr. And honestly, I'm more than willing to do that. That was already my idea anyway. Like, if I enjoy my pictures enough, then hey. But if there's someone who I just can't be bothered and they probably have more creative ideas, I'm just gonna send my products off and have them take the product photography for me. And also I will have some videos out on that about how I'm going to be doing my product photography, because I'm not using replica surfaces at the moment. I do want to use them, but they're a bit pricey for me at the moment. But I had an idea to just like use the photos that I got, and because I'm gonna be doing flat lay, so I can eliminate the fact of me having to use, like, having to buy two different backgrounds or backboards, so like 1 and 2. To eliminate all of that, I can just like have a flat lay and then just center it and keep it like that. And honestly, a good thing is I learned from I seen it around. I didn't know exactly what it was used for. Thank God Memory Box Candle Co, she spoke on it. So she said she takes one picture, like basically a mock-up. So I learned what that was, which is why I want somebody to also Photoshop my images too, because I can just literally, because my thing is too, why I don't like taking my own product photography is the fact that I like for things to be completely centered. So like if this picture is lying like this, my next picture, I want it to be like consistent. So on my website, I don't want this one to be an inch off, or this one to be a little bit more curved, or the lighting to be different. I want it to be the same because it's the legit same product. So why, and you know, and they're going across the same line, I want them to look, you know, identical, other than the label change. So what I realized that she did, what she said was, she takes a picture of like a bare product with like a blank label or something like that, and she saves it and she sends it to the person who does her pictures, and she just has them edit in her labels so they always look consistent and concise. And that's one of the things that I dislike the most about product photography. But I'm so glad that I seen it, but I didn't really understand it until I saw that video, I believe. And now I'm just like, I'm doing that. I am doing that. Honestly, I forgot about it. I forgot about it because I'm thinking about doing it myself, because I don't want to pay someone just yet. But honestly, it's not that expensive. I could legit just still take my own product photography and then send it off and have them edited. So yeah, but at some point I do want to get, you know, professional product photography and editing and stuff like that. But for right now, I'm more than fine taking a mock-up picture, even a picture by myself and whatnot, because I found like this beautiful background that I'm going to be using a printing service for, and I'm going to be doing a video on that. And I can't wait, because I changed my branding around a bit. Well, honestly, I never really had branding for my backgrounds because I was still working on that, because y'all know my background before was like a craft paper. When I was doing lip gloss, it was like a fur thingy and whatnot. So my product photography has gotten a lot better, and I used to want like this living room type of feel for my candles. So as you know, like my brick wall that I have like for my YouTube videos and whatnot, so you can see like brick wall instead of like the wall in the back was just kind of ugly. So I used one of those extra panels and then used another extra panel for the bottom and like flipped it because it had like a brown back, and I used it like that, so like a floor. But it is better, I will give it that, and I have gotten like good reviews from it. I just know personally I don't really like it as much, and I know that I can do better. I also do know, and I give myself grace because it is a starting point, so you know, it's not too bad. But it's just the fact that it's so like, since the product is legit in front of the background, it's like it's sitting on a wall, you know, like it's weird to me because like the brick is so up close and it just looks weird to me because it's like, yeah, it makes sense of what I did, but at the same time, it's like the brick is so big and it's so up close. It's like it's not proportioned right. Like it looks nice, but it's not proportioned right, and I know that. I found some background images, especially some flat lays and whatnot, that I'm going to be using. I found them on some sites like a Photoshop. Yeah, like Photoshop, when they have those images, and I got a free subscription on those. So I got some of those images and whatnot. I'm gonna be using them for my business, so I got like a license for those and whatnot, so that's cool. But y'all keep up on that video too, and I'm just enjoying talking to y'all right now. I hope y'all are enjoying me talking. I'm gonna try to edit it down and whatnot, but I hope you guys are enjoying, you know, what I'm talking about, and hopefully it helps y'all too, because I just be running through ideas, and hopefully, you know, y'all can take some of these ideas and make it your own and whatnot, because I know I'll be thinking of some stuff and I see so many things, I'll be like, oh, that's cool, I can do this, or I can make it mine this way and whatnot. Like, yeah, just as y'all can see, I'm very passionate about what I do, and I hope you guys are too. So I hope you guys are enjoying my conversation. So hopefully it was interesting, but like, comment, and subscribe. Like I was saying before, of course, share my video, and you know, if any other videos on my channel interest you, watch those too, because the algorithm really likes, they don't even care if y'all like or dislike anymore, or even comment. They just want y'all to stay on the site, honestly, just to be honest with y'all. They want y'all to stay on the site, so we're supposed to promote our other videos and whatnot. So, but I hope you guys are enjoying my videos and whatnot, and tell me some ideas that you guys actually want to see me do or talk about on my channel, some educational videos, or some ebooks that y'all want to see me come with later on. So the ebooks are going to be like reasonably priced, but I also have some vendor lists, and those vendor lists, I was thinking about making a reasonably priced for most people to be able to purchase, but the thing is with that, I don't want it to be so easily accessed, because this is my brand. Like, it is my exact branding, and it's not like I sell anything else. I sell these, you know, these jars, these candles. So I don't want you, even though you honestly, you can do your own content exclusive. That's why I reward people who use their own content exclusive and who don't ask or who don't need to pay for vendor lists or anything like that. Because I use my own content exclusive or whatever. I see something I like, I go straight to the Chinese vendors, and I go type it in, or I go on Google and whatnot. Some things may be a bit difficult to find, so it makes sense. But if y'all do y'all homework, y'all will be rewarded. I'm telling y'all. Cause I don't like asking about nobody for nothing anyway, cause I don't like being asked, you know. But sometimes you do just gotta throw a bone out there and see if it catches, or throw a fish, whatever it's called, and see if it catches. But for the most part, it's just easy to kind of like find things. If you do your like own research, you can clearly find things that you want to find. Honestly, you just got to know how to find them and where to search. But you know, if you honestly, I don't mind. It doesn't matter. It's not a problem if people buy vendor lists, because it's like some people honestly just can't be bothered, and I understand that, especially like if you're busy and stuff like this. Like, bro, I ain't doing all of that. Just tell me where you get it from. I pay for it, cause that's the point. You pay for convenience and whatnot. That's the whole point of paying for things or information, because you don't want to do the research yourself. You don't have that much time. Most people put in years of this, and that's why people sell their things and their information, because they're like, how dare you ask me where I got this from, when it took me this and that and this and that to even get here, and you think you just finna get the easy way out, and I tell you these things for free, and then honestly you just copy me too. So that also stops the people who want to copy, because they legit copy everything that you do, because they see that it works out for you and they want to copy it too. So that stops a lot of copying too, because they're not trying to pay. That's the point. They're trying to take shortcuts. I'm gonna be charging for my vendor list. Of course, I raised the prices on them because I thought it wasn't fair to me and whatnot, and also the fact that I do want to keep down the, not competition, but people who, you know, would try to replicate it easier. And also, this is my direct branding. So like, when I tell you where to get these things from, that's it. That's all. So now you're making hundreds of thousands of dollars or whatever, like with the recipes. So I'm going to be selling recipes too. I'm debating on whether I want to sell my kind of recipe or not when I actually finalize it. I don't know, because y'all don't see these bigger brands out here selling their $1 million recipes, and it makes sense. Like, this is my product. This is my hard work. Like, of course, I'm gonna be making videos and whatnot. When you use your content clues, you'll be able to find out some stuff. This is what I do. Like, people don't be telling their wicks, and I noticed that they be helping and whatnot, but they don't tell their exact wick formulas and stuff like that, which makes sense. It's my product, it's my branding. One, I don't want you copying it. Two, it's my product. Like it makes sense, and it's, you know, it's this is my baby. I did the research for this, and not only that, it's my business, so it makes sense. I'm not gonna, you know, tell you that directly and when I use your context clues, and I'd be like, good eye, you know. But if you don't want to do that, hey, you know, so that's just on you. Yeah, so I am gonna be selling recipes. I don't know about my recipe, and honestly, if I do sell it, it's going to be pretty expensive. And why not? Because I see other people sell their vendor list, you know, $4,000. In my opinion, it makes sense because it's not fair to me for doing all the research and giving you all this information. You know, it took me years or months or whatever, all this communication to find actually good, trusting and reliable vendors for you to just pay what, $10 or even ask me for free and then just get the information. It's not fair to me. As a business owner, you are going to basically buy this one thing one time. You don't need anything else after that. You have to buy it one time. So basically like a one-time fee, because I know you don't need to come back to me for anything else. You can buy this one thing and leave and then make thousands of dollars off of it if you know how to market it right and replicate it exactly how I taught you to do it. So of course it's going to be a bit more expensive because you don't have to come back for this type thing. And it's information too. Information and education is valuable. So if I do sell it, it's going to be pretty pricey, but I don't want to sell that one because that's my recipe and it makes sense. Because I was watching, I believe her name is Caitlin Blue. Correct me if I'm wrong. I know her first name is Caitlin. She sells candle soup, but she mostly does like body butters and sugar scrubs and things like that. She mostly does body care. And I was binge watching her videos and saying that, you know, she doesn't tell certain vendors because they make her labels. And even though I was saying you reward for your research, so if you go down her videos, she says it like, you know, a few times, but she does it in her later videos. In some videos she says I'm uncomfortable saying it, some videos she's actually comfortable saying it. So if you do your research, you know, you'll find it. But in that video, if you look for that video and be like, oh, she didn't say anything or she didn't tell us, she said it before, you know, you just got to do your research or whatever. So, but it's like she says that this is my design, this is my direct branding. So if you want to copy, like, I just gave you the blueprint in order to do that, you know. So it makes sense. This is my brand, this is my baby. And your branding, your brand is everything. That is your whole entire selling point. So that's why you don't want people to know your winning formula. That doesn't make sense. I'm going to be testing out, of course, different jars. And also, since I'm a brand, and when I have a YouTube channel, brands are going to be reaching out to me, manifesting. I'm going to be getting PR packages of fragrance oils and like their upcoming launches and whatnot of jars and stuff like that. So when I get those jars in, I'm going to be testing my recipe. So basically my wax and the Premier wicks that I use and whatnot, I'm going to be testing out those recipes, making videos, of course, because I get a video out of it, I get product, and they also get the advertisement for free because they gave me some product in return. And also I'm probably going to be either selling those supplies or maybe even giving them out for giveaways as a final candle, or just if you're interested in the product bare itself with nothing in it, then I can give away too. So honestly, I get a lot out of that, and I've been like, you know, calculating that because it makes plenty of sense. So we both get something in return. They don't just get, you know, free advertisement. I get, you know, a video out of it, I get a recipe out of it, and then you guys know exactly how to, you know, make a starting candle and whatnot, and be able to start from that point. So I am going to be having recipe books out there. They're going to be reasonably priced. They're not going to be like above a certain, they're not going to be touching $100 or anything like that because they're not my branding. So I'm just going to be getting jars for free, or just honestly buying jars just to test out and just to see, to give y'all those recipes, because y'all may not be interested in my jars. You might like those jars, and you know, so why, you know, would I not do that? Because especially if I'm getting it for free anyway, why not just test the supplies that I already use, and then I can make the recipe, tell y'all exactly what wicks to use, how many wicks to use, and what jar I'm using, how much fragrance, all and stuff like that, so you guys can have a starting point and whatnot. So, and then don't take the recipes to where like it's to be exact, because that is a starting point, because we use it for fragrance oils. So if I'm using fragrance oil from here, using fragrance oil from here, or this type of fragrance oil and this type of fragrance oil, the wicks may not react the same. So I'm going to be testing the wicks and whatnot in unscented wax. So this is exactly the starting point of, okay, these 1 wick or 2 wicks or 3 wicks work good in the wax that I use in this jar. It's the perfect start. So when you start adding in your, you know, different things that's going to, you know, change the formula of it, then you're going to be able to see, okay, this fragrance oil burns a bit too fast, so let me, turn down the wick size. This fragrance oil burns a bit too light, so let me go up once or twice. So it honestly eliminates a lot of the testing, so you don't have to start from point A and point Z, and when you get to, okay, I get to start from point A to maybe H, or I get to start from J to maybe L. So you don't have to go through 12 different wick sizes. You have an exact starting point of maybe, starting like maybe 1 to 3 sizes, because this is the starting point. And this one is if your candle tunnel, so you can go higher on the wick, but this is if your candle is burning too fast because of the fragrance oil that you added, or how much fragrance oil that you added. So you're going to go down on the wick maybe once or twice and whatnot, but you at least have a starting point. So that's what those recipes are going to be. And whatnot. I'm glad I'm telling you guys about this. I'm going ahead and preparing y'all for these recipes that are going to be coming up. I'm manifesting these PR packages that we're going to be receiving, and these videos that we're going to be making. And then it's also so cool because y'all get to see different jars, and I get to experiment with different jars too. But not only that, I get to experiment with different jars and give y'all recipes that work, and that's a starting point. Like, that is so cool. I get to give y'all like a starting point to like a $1 million business and whatnot. Like, you know exactly what wicks to start with, you know exactly what wax I use and the percentage of everything, because I already have the template. Honestly, I made the template exactly for my recipe books. And when I get the jars, all I have to do is fill in whatever the jar is and the wax weight, how much fragrance oil you need, because I legit have it listed for each fragrance oil percentage because of the wax that I use, because it's going to be a constant. So basically it's going to be constant variables. So the same wicks, wick series, not sizes, but the same wick series and the same wax. So you always know that this is the main variable, and the only thing that's going to change is you putting in fragrance oil, and that's going to let you know, okay, where you should go on your wick sizes. But yeah, so I already have the template. All I have to do is just put in the jar that it is, and how much fragrance oil and how much wax you're going to need, because these jars are going to have different fill weights, obviously, and they're going to have different amounts of wicks that you could possibly use in them, because like the wider the jar, the more wicks that you should probably use. And that honestly is going to be more effective to use, for one, more hot throw, and two, to burn efficiently anyway, because the wax won't be able to probably get to all the way to the side of the jars. Like with my jars, I should have been using 2 wicks from the get-go, because my jars are 4 inches wide. So I should have been using 2 wicks from the start, but I was not. Because of that, my wick, and the problem with that probably was too why I sooted like that, was because that one wick, it burned enough to get to the edges, but it was still wax on my edges. There was still wax patches. So it wasn't getting it wasn't a clean burn all around my jar. So there was a lot of wax still on the jar, which is why I thought it was safe. But I also noticed, and I realized, because I wasn't using 2 wicks, one, I wasn't even getting or maximizing my hot throw. 1, 2, people would pay more for a double wick candle too. So that's the thing. And I realized that people see single wick candles as like lesser, and like, even though it's 10 ounces or 22 ounces, the fact that it has 1 wick, if it doesn't have 3 wicks, it's like, oh, that's not a good candle. Or I would pay $40 for a 10-ounce candle with 3 wicks in it, which is crazy. But they see that. I get it, because you do get more hot throw out of it, so it does make sense. But I think there's also this like misinformation about the fact that if it has these amount of wicks, then it's just a better candle, or it's a bigger candle. It's like, no, it's just how wide the jar is, not how much wax you're holding. Because I hold more wax than a Bath and Body Works candle, and they're selling it for maybe 3 times the price for 3 wicks, when it's like, mine holds 2 wicks, or even 1 wick, and you get 10 times the fragrance oil. You get 10 times the amount of wax, but you saw 3 wicks and said, oh, I would pay double for that. Basically, that's how I realized how people think. I had to add this in post. But also the thing about it was that 1 wick, it was burning enough to the sides, but it wasn't burning for like a complete melt and whatnot to like completely utilize all the wax. So that brings the problem of, basically, that wick was trying to work as if it was 2, so it was trying to overcompensate, which is probably why it was smoking like that. Even like off like the first instant, that's when I said, okay, I don't like LX, because the first instance of me lighting it hasn't sat or anything. I just lit it and it's already just smoking. So I think it's already just trying to compensate for the fact that it needs 2 wicks, but it's trying to do all this work by itself, and it's trying to soak in all of this and trying to work by itself, and trying to overcompensate for that heat loss that it needs as an extra wick without having one. So I think that was the problem too. I forgot to mention that. But yeah, so y'all look out for those recipe books and whatnot. And remember, it's just a starting point. It's just to eliminate a lot of the testing on your part. And those are going to be affordable because those are my recipes and my brand is you starting out with your own brand and whatnot. So I think that's so cool. I'm going to end this video right here and try to edit it down some because I did talk a lot, but I'm so glad I got to, you know, talk to y'all and stuff like that, because I really try not to do this as much because I feel like, you know, talking is boring. Because more people just want us to get the action and see candle making. I hope this video and this chat kept you guys intrigued and wanting more, and, you know, excited for those videos to come. I hope y'all stay on this journey with me and y'all subscribe, and yeah.